4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first semi-finals between Reborn and Impact. Two of the best teams over here in North America representing a strong dose of freedom in blue. Lewis on the Grux, Big Boy B on the Rampage, Slops on Murdoch, Pixel on Gideon, and Involve _ Gaming on the Iggy and Scorch.
For Team Reborn, we've got Leo Grande rocking the Chimera. They didn't ban him. We've got Solo Nazgul on Howie, boys and girls. Reflect on Greystone, Peace Turtle on Steel, and Imsko the Punisher is rocking the Grim. I'm going to look for these bans real quick, Shane, so you talk for me.
You do the thing with the bands. Oh, yeah. Pixel auto-attacking his own tower. Friendly fire enabled, please. Report this guy for intentional sabotage. Come on now.
Decker Muriel bans.
So supports. No one likes supports.
I'm a little bit sad we haven't seen any Narbash today, I'll be completely honest.
I know teams have been having varying amounts of success with him. I know Selwonk, again, not here today due to just not having a roster. Loves that man. Even when he was at the open beta event, he was always talking about War Drum, Thud. I think he's had like 4 different names. It was Thud at one point, and then it was War Drum, and then it was Narbash. Something like that. Smash and grab not going to land. Every time you miss your first smash and grab, that doesn't bode well. That's like when you go into the lane and you miss your first last hit. It's like, we lose. Is it 20 minutes yet?
It's really that if you play like that, then I feel bad about the rest of your team. We are going to see a fun engagement here mid lane. Solo Nazgul versus Pixel. They've changed the way Gideon's Q works. Is it Cosmic Rift or is it Torn Space?
I always get him confused.
His space turd from the
meteor
sphincter.
turn from the space sphincter.
That's it. Paragon bot dropping stuff. Jason, you just won something.
Oh my God, Jason with a Z999. Did you get the Grux skin? I hope you got the Grux skin, Jason.
But you know he's got a lot of front-loaded damage now. Solo Nazgul has to be very, very nervous. Taking a full hit, taking that Q to the face.
Oh, another one. Gax _ get bit. Oh, Spaceman Ethan.
A lot of front-loaded damage. Leo Grande already being aggressive. Shut up.
It's going ham right now.
Leo Grande already being aggressive. Oh my God, it is going ham right now. Leo Grande already being aggressive, taking out these white camps off out of the enemy jungle here. He's got to be a little bit careful. Guys, if you get the Grux skin, let us know. Let us know, ladies and gentlemen.
We've seen this matchup before between Greystone and Iggy, and I've talked about how it's kind of a... It's a little bit sweet, it's a little bit salty. I've been described as that before. 60-40, 60-40. Where you can't do... Iggy's going to bully you around, but at the same time he's going to push the lane, so it gives you that free farm. You're not going to be able to get all the last hits on Greystone, but at least going to get that experience and make sure he's just maintaining a good... Keep it up with levels, so on and so forth. That's very important on any fighter hero like that. So it looks like Louis on the Grux has been delegated more so to a protection role as opposed to a roaming around role, maneuvering across the map. Just keeping Slops, enabling Slops to get those last hits. I don't mind that. It's pretty much Fighter Ranger versus Fighter Ranger with Peace Turtle and Imsko on their respective side as well. Their jungler, Big Boy. I still think Rampage is the most efficient jungler in the game. He never has to leave the friggin' jungle. Obviously, he has been nerfed, so he's not overall as strong as the Chimera. But he's still very, very efficient. He never has to leave the map because of his health regen. He doesn't even have to buy health tokens. He can start right off with a Flashfire Piston or a Guardian's Key, which is exactly what he has, stuff like that. So he's always a threat on the map. That's the thing I love about Rampage the most, is that he never has to back for health or anything like it. Pretty much just to spin points and refresh his key.
Yeah, does anybody on the side of Imsko? We'll probably see Imsko actually pick up the Bane Flesh. If I had to guess, if Big Boy decides to jump on top of him. Yeah, it's going to actually hurt his regen. So I'm expecting Imsko here in a little bit to pick up that Bane Flesh because he is a...
some trouble. The smash and grab is there. Peace Turtle is only level 4. Here comes the Big Boy. Look for the boulder. He needs that boulder. He needs to land that young boulder. Not even going to need to. Imsko's trying to do what he can. The rotation is here from Nazgul. R2000 is not going to be enough. First blood. Impact making a statement. Getting first blood. Beautifully done right there. J. Leo Grande wasn't a presence. He was on the other side of the map, whether that was intentional or not. Big morale boost and a big infusion of card experience over to the boys in blue.
So, like I was saying there before, the team engagement took up. Imsko is rocking Grim. who is a corruption hero. He picks up the Bane Flesh. Every time he is hit, that it will poison Big Boy B. Expect Big Boy B to jump on top of him as the only Ranger player and actually stop the regen from Big Boy B's ultimate and allow him to possibly get the kill on him before he can get killed. Involved Gaming has to be very careful here. I don't think he has a ward. Here comes Leo Grande.
Does he have his
Reflect is going to jump on top of him. He does have an ultimate. He's tons of damage coming out with that tainted magic there. But both of these guys have their ultimates as well. Dead. So if he gets killed, there's a huge call from Leo Grande and Involved Gaming, and it does look like he is going to fall. There it is. I mean, you saw the damage coming out of that tainted magic.
Yeah, I mean, 1v1, he wins that matchup against either Grayson. 100%. Well, maybe not Grayson, at least pours the ult or Leo Grande. But, I mean, even with that 1v2, he still was able to bring both Greystone and Chimera down to about a third HP. So you guys can understand it. In the context of a 5v5 team fight, if that was a full 5v5, that would have been very good for them. But they still get a kill 1-for-1. Not the biggest of deals in the world. You expect to see that from a Chimera. If there's a Chimera on the field, he's going to get kills like that eventually. And I think Involved just didn't respect it, was being a little bit too hubristic in his positioning, and got punished for it pretty hard. 6 minutes, black buff. Looks like Impact already had themselves a good position and are seeking to pick this up.
Yeah, we're starting to see the rotation come out of Reborn here, but Louis is going to be able to pick this up. Big Boy does have his ultimate. He's going to continue to get aggressive. He's going to land that stone onto Solo Nazgul. There's the Rift. Smash and Grab does miss. Reflects in that back line, keeping everybody zoned out. Here comes Leo Grande again, coming in from the end. He's going to leap onto Pixel there. Pixel is going to Rift up. He is going to pop his black hole. Tons of damage coming onto Reflect. Reflect's going to lose his first life. Don't worry, guys. He's got...
Pixel gets taken out, too. 1-for-1 thus far. Notch, just the caster for the caster. They both have their drops. Smasher grab on a J. Leo Grande, but Lou is very low. I don't know if that's a smasher grab he was looking for. He's going to try to charge away. There's Reflect. Doesn't have his life. He can't dive the tower. 2 for 3. Big Boy able to clean up right there.
That Reflect, when Reflect respawned, he hit 3 people with that, and it actually killed it killed, having a brain fart right now.
It killed a person.
2 people actually got knocked up into the air. A ton of value coming out of that black hole, but I mean, Reflect jumped to that backline instantly and shut them down. That was great engagement out of both of these teams. I mean, even at as of this point in time, we had 4 deaths picked up. 4 deaths are for either side right there. Yep. Great engagement out of these guys, and my game just crashed.
Rip.
Hello,
team. So taking a look at the numbers after that, this match very, very even. To be honest, before going into this, I was thinking Reborn had just the tiniest bit, was just a tiniest bit stronger than Impact. But right now, I think it's about as even as one can get. I mean, maybe literally one card level difference between these two across the field right here of just one player. So 4 for 4.
I thought Replay coming in. I didn't think Replay actually had an advantage in this particular match.
Reborn?
Basing it off, I'm sorry, Reborn. Basing it off of the last match we saw, Impact. Impact's rotations are just as good as Reborn's rotations. We saw them instead of allowing that black buff to just go and Louis just backing off. They continued the engagement, and there was Reborn right behind it. The rest of the team coming in with that. They have solid rotations. So when we see a team fight, it's not going to be 3v2s. It's not going to be 5v2s. We're going to get these full 5-on-5 battles because of the way these teams rotate, and it's going to be for some intense fights. I'm back into the replay.
There's land the almost landed it. Sorry, we're at 8:48, 49, 50. 51.
Let me know when you get to 55.
Now.
Okay, we're good.
We in there. We are in there. We're diving into the deep then. We're in there like swimwear. That's your phrase, though. I don't use that one. That's your phrase.
In there like swimwear, boys.
You have other phrases.
6, 7. Are we good?
You're about a second behind me. I'll hit pause, and then boom. We should be good now.
All right, perfect.
Sick, nasty, savage.
But yeah, so I actually think Impact, these team fights, this is going to be one of those matches that comes down to one big team fight. We're going to see a lot of back and forth. We're going to see a lot of back and forth, but one big team fight is going to open this up for one of these teams here.
It's the first team that gets a huge, just a one-sided team fight. These team fights have been very, very even thus far.
Yeah.
And as far as the mid to late game situation, looking at the drafts here, I mean, do you feel one team has an up over the other? They both have a single ranger. They both have a caster with Pixel on Gideon and Solo Nazgul on the Howitzer. Involve his role is a little bit dynamic. Iggy's one of those heroes we talk about all the time. His role is it changes throughout the course of the game. But the same can be said differently, but thematically the same with J. Leo Grande. He goes from assassin, you see him lay down the call and gets the kill on the Pixel. And he becomes less of a main initiator and means of blowing people up, and more so a bruiser-esque sort of fighter, as we like to throw that label on him. So the dynamics of these teams, I think, are the ebb and flows, the peaks and the lows of these two teams, I think, are somewhat even. You know, compositionally, the theme is the same between them. Solo Ranger, they got casters, and they have a strong front line.
I think it's going to come down to who combos better. You've got Louis, who's going to try and hit that smash and grab into Pixel's Rift, and try our Black Hole, and you want to see that combo there. But we also have Peace Turtle, who's going to want to shield slam into with Solo Nazgul's bombardment.
Yeah,
the team fights are I think, going to be won or lost with that combo there. Whoever lands the better combo,
it's just execution.
Yeah, it has the higher potential to win those team fights. But I do think they're pretty evenly matched. I personally am going to favor Reborn's combo a little bit better with the triple fighter. It's just so strong, and it can just disrupt the back line and disrupt the enemy team. But I think it's all going to come down to the execution of those combos and who lands it better.
Yeah, absolutely. That's my summarization of what you just said.
Perfect.
Absolutely. So the black hole in that last fight was a big impact. Big shout out to Big Impact, by the way. Haven't seen him in a while. Hope you're okay, buddy. He had a huge black hole that pretty much sat in there. So we talked about getting how he's been changed. He has much more burst front-loaded damage on his meteor, which, again, debatable if it's a meteor or an asteroid. Depends on if it. Yeah, you guys know what I'm about to go into. I won't go into a rant. We're not there yet. But it's all about those black holes. It's so easy to interrupt, though, and they have so many mechanisms to interrupt it. Leo Grande has his leap, the displacement bomb. If it's near the ground, Emsco can use his displacement, his Q or square, to pick it up. Obviously, Peace Turtle can use a whole bunch of his kit. Shield charge. Big Boy pops his ultimate, pretty much by himself. A rebel without a cause is what Big Boy is right now. He's got to be very, very careful. They're going to burst him down. There's the call. And I think Impact was like, you know what, Big Boy, you're just dead. Give up the kill. Give up the black buff. We're not going to contend this. We're just going to sit back here and pretty much just cut our losses and do some damage control after the fact.
Very confusing. I know you want the black buff, but I mean, you're alone. We got to start paying attention. Pay attention to the map a little bit and realize that the team wasn't close enough for that to happen. This gives them the advantage to push this tower down. Whether they decide to be completely aggressive here, Louis has the ability to smash and grab this wave and clear the wave. But with all of them here, I don't know if this is going to be...
Oh, he gets Peace Turtle.
Big! Where's Peace Turtle going, ladies and gentlemen?
Shield Slam only hits Pixel. They're under a tower. They have to be careful. It is Reflect is the one tanking it. That's what you want. Pixel uses the black hole to no avail. Reborn are going to go in here and just clean up. Reflect might go down for the first time, but he has that secondary life to fall back on. The tower's still alive, though, so they haven't got the objective. They might be able to get a kill on Reflect.
Smash and grab pulled Reflect back under that tower to make sure he couldn't get away. He doesn't have for another 5 seconds. Imsco is going to jump back in and try and pick up that black.
Oh, Leo, the greed! Oh, no, the greed, ladies and gentlemen.
So Pixel made a little misstep there. His black hole helped quite a bit in that engagement, but he actually black hole directly under the bombardment and took the full duration of that bombardment. The damage. Louis needs to back off here. He is still going in. Louis is going to fall to the R2000 from Solo Nazgul. Big Boy B is still in there. There's the long arm of the law. Going to hit Solo Nazgul and secure that kill for Big Boy. Involve Gaming and Big Boy B are both so very low. Big Boy B doesn't have his ultimate. He's going to have to get out. He is going to fall. They're trying to get Imsco, but it does look like Involve is going to fall as well here.
Oh, the shockwave. He picks up Imsco, though. Wow. He picks up Imsco, creeps you to MVP, the lone survivor of that exchange. The guy who got caught out first before it even started, Peace Turtle. He's the only one alive. Someone give that man a volleyball and a friend, because he's going to be alone for quite some time.
So, this is what we were talking about earlier. Somebody has to have a decisive
That was fight. So evil. I mean, yes, Reborn came out of that. They didn't get the tower, but I think technically that favored them just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to say it favors them a little bit, but at the same time, you have enough damage was done and enough people were killed to keep them from getting the tower. And we talked about it a little bit earlier. We need that decisive team fight. We have to have a very decisive team fight for these guys to actually get these objectives, because these are how the team fights are going to be. They're going to be just awful brawls back and forth.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how this one plays out here in the next about 30-ish card power. We've got probably about 4 to 5 more minutes before that happens. But yeah, this is intense team fights already in this match.
Taking a look at the build of Soul Nazgul, he loves that Chrono Tonic. He always picks it up at level 1 anytime he's on one of his casters, whether it's the Gadget, the Howitzer, Faye, whoever it may be. Always gets this early on. I like the Sage's Ward, a little bit extra health. It's very, very important to pick up. So this is pretty much a standard build. No Meltdown or anything like that. Or not Meltdown, I'm sorry. No, the card's name escaping me. Mana Flow. Everything like that. They are able to finally clean up this Prime Lane Tier 1 tower. Surprised that Impact gave that up so freely. I guess they just weren't expecting them to push like that. So after that big fight that went down, very, very even exchange, anticlimactically, unceremoniously, this Tier 1 tower gets cleaned up by Reborn. They're going to be happy with that, fall back, and continue to play this out. You can tell these teams have much more respect for each other than any other opponent they faced today, just because of how they're roaming across the map, warding defensively, de-warding, so on and so forth.
Did we get... I'm trying to see if Imsco, I was expecting a Bane Flesh, we haven't seen it yet. Card power is even right now, Shane. I mean, we saw incredibly aggressive jungling out of both of these teams their last match.
Leo
Here
Grande.
comes Louis, big pull into... not a ton of damage. There is no Tier 1 tower here, so they have to be careful. There's a smash and grab. It is going to miss. Slops is there to help defend Louis, so they are going to back off. No additional rotation coming. We did see very aggressive gameplay coming out of both of these teams when it came to invading the enemy jungle.
Yes.
We haven't seen that as of right now. We do see a lot of aggressive warding on the side of Reborn into Impact's jungle.
Yes.
But we haven't seen them coming over to steal a lot of these jungle camps. As soon as the tower goes down, I am expecting a lot of that aggression, though, to come back into play.
Yes. Agreed.
Yes.
Very, very much so. Look at all the wards, the De-Illuminatis for
There's a
Reborn. Over this is exactly what they did. We saw them when we saw them earlier up against
that team.
Yes, the game that they won. Whose name is game? It was the first game of the day. Thank you. It was the first game of the day, guys. Get at me. It was the first day of the game. We're having some good times. We're having some good times. For those of you new to the game, welcome to open beta, y'all. This is Agora's Solstice. We've been putting on community grassroots tournaments since April. Pretty much since the moment custom games came out, and here we are. We're trying to make this a special event for the teams and the viewers and everything so far, and everyone that's been a part of this community. It's been a cumulative thing up until this point, and we thank you so, so very much. We are honored by your contributions.
Louis got to be careful here. Hold on. Leo Grande is going to leap on to Louis. Louis did charge away, but there is rotation coming out of Imsco and Peace. I mean, there's 4 people here. Louis is trying to be aggressive on Imsco in that back line. Slops is going to have Reflect on top of him. Here comes a bombardment to really zone Slops out. He's going to fall to Leo Grande.
Slops is completely by himself. Never mind. There's the black hole, but it's going to get erupted by the shield slam. Priest Sword, I don't know if he timed that out, but this is just a divide and conquer strategy coming out from Reborn. Pixel's inevitably going to get cleaned up. Over here, all the meanwhile, Leo Grande, he's got hit with that tainted magic from Involve. So he's not going to get that health regen. He is going to get isolated, and he's going to get taken out. 2v2 right now. Reflect trying to chop down Involve. It's a 3-for-1 exchange thus far. So this is Reborn. Should be able to take this fight as long as they play it right. Reflect on the Greystone does have his resurrection, so he's okay if he goes down here. Ideally, he doesn't want to go down. He doesn't want to give that up, and he's not. He's not going to give up the ultimate. Big Boy be in a very, very awkward spot here. He's going to try to get that Harvester maybe. Nope, that ain't happening. And that's going to be Reborn. That's the first decisive team fight of the game right there, ladies and gentlemen. Reborn coming out ahead. Going to split it open. And I would imagine, I don't know, they're pretty wounded. Don't know if they can push a tower, but at least they can de-ward, take some map control. Black buff is up, so yeah, they definitely have a big power play ahead of them right here for about a minute or so.
Yeah, I'm going to pick up this black buff. Everybody's going to kind of recall. They're going to regen their health here. They've got a little bit of card power to spend as well, so they're going to back off and pick that up. Louis is... Nope, he was going to say he's going to get aggressive here. He's rotating to this mid lane. Solo Nazgul is there. He's just going to focus on clearing up these lanes. Don't get overextended here. Don't try and go for a kill if you know you can't get it. But team fight out of Reborn there. Again, that rotation. They saw that Louis was overextended. They saw that Slops was, Louis and Slops were alone in that lane, and all 5 rotated. It wasn't for another, 30 seconds that the rest of the team showed up. But at that point, it was too late. You already had Louis down. Slops was very, very low, and Reborn just cleaned up. Those staggered deaths are the worst. Yes, we're only 20 minutes into the game, but if those staggered deaths continue, It's you have someone respawn and then run in and they die again and
damn near killed them.
And it allows you to pick up more objectives. Louis and Slops going after Peace Turtle again, continuing up the aggression. Here comes Pixel, big smash and grab. It's going to miss on Peace Turtle. There's a shotgun blast to the face. Peace Turtle is going to drop a shield. He should be able to get out of this. The rotation is slowly coming, and it does look like Impact is going to back off right now.
Yep. Right call. They didn't want to overextend, especially on a steal. The jungle with these choke points going against the steal can be very, very dangerous. They're going to go in nonetheless. There is a shield slam onto 2. Slops isolated. This is what won them that last team fight. They isolated Slops, and they're able to take him out. Howitzer ultimate coming down. J. Leo Grande, the call on top of him is the damage there. They're in this big choke point. They got to be very, very careful. Black hole going down. Can they kill Grande? Pixel's so very low. He doesn't get taken out. And also, all the meanwhile, Louis gets taken out of the Grux as well. Nazgul's just sitting there shooting the rockets. Give him the R2000 missile is what he's going to do. Slops in the back line looking to get some damage while Big Boy try to zone for him here. They are going to be able to pick up a reprisal kill onto Peace Turtle. Leo Grande is just in there, though. The Tainted Magic is disabling his regen. Howitzer is trying to get the kill, trying to get it. He's going to actually knock himself forward. He's trying to get it. Imsko comes around the corner and picks it up, but now he's isolated. He's by himself. Somehow they get the kill. This is, again, such an even exchange. Can they kill Big Boy? Can he kill Leo Grande? I don't know if he's going to be able to. Leo Grande has the red buff. He has the regen. It's going to be close. He goes down. That's a 4 for 2. Again, these team fights just so back and forth, but taking into consideration, Reflect was over here all the meanwhile pushing down this tower. Not only did he get a tier 1 in the blue lane, he's probably going to be able to pick, well, he might be able to pick up this tier 2 as well.
Yeah, I mean, he basically got the free push that. I don't know if he's going to be able to push this up. His ultimate is still online. He is going to make the right decision, and he's going to back off. But great, again, we're seeing Reborn come in, and the rotations. They saw the overextension. They rotated behind. I thought it was coming a little bit too slow, but they were able to pick them off before they got out of the jungle and secure those kills. You've lost the tier 1 tower. You had 3 deaths or 4 deaths come out of that, and you're giving up a tier 1 tower for that for free. So are we seeing Louis get aggressive again? I'm trying to watch. Okay, he was. I thought he was chasing Reflect. Yeah, he thought about it, but he did. He did decide that's not a good decision. So just dewarding. Look at all of the wards, Shane.
De-Illuminati, man. Just so many De-Illuminatis on the field.
There's just...
Din Timberlake.
I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous.
So, again, these fights, man. That was such a beautiful move by Nazgul to launch himself forward over Big Boy to try to get that last hit on Slops. He didn't get it. It was Imsko who was around the corner waiting for it. But that's just style right there. Look at this skin. Oh my god.
Which skin you look?
This skin. Oh my god, that hard skin. There's a reason it's called hard case. So
the Howitzer skin.
Taking a look at the numbers thus far, Reborn has given themselves a pretty big lead. Somehow Nazgul gets put on heroes that traditionally aren't like the most, farm-oriented heroes, and yet still builds these just substantial leads. And we saw before at the top of the show a carry gadget, if you will, gadget most farmed, and the same thing's happening right here with Howitzer. He's still the most farmed person, but I mean this is getting good for Reborn. They've been winning these team fights by the slimmest of margins, but they've been doing it consecutively. And those margins are now starting to just build up and up and up, translating into a 2 or 3 card level. And Orb Prime is the name of the game for them. Now, they're split across the map. This could be a dangerous proposition, but we saw them do this before. It's all about the Chimera. Get his regen up there and zone out for him.
Sorry, admin stuff.
It's all good.
So one of the big things we're going to be doing, guys, here towards the end of this is we're going to shout out all of these players and their streams. Not all of them stream, but some of them do. Solo Nazgul is one of those guys. Leo Grande is one of those guys. We want to give you guys the ability to watch these guys so you can see this competitive level. They do put on good streams. They are what we've considered some of the top competitive players in Paragon as of right now. And you guys are seeing that unfold right here. We are going to have an Orb Prime picked up uncontested, really.
Yeah.
Or
I don't even think they knew about it, to be honest. I think
no,
they had
I mean,
no
there's no wards. They completely zoned everything out. Like, there was no rotation at all. There's no way they knew about it, or they just gave it up, but they didn't push an objective or anything else on the other side. So I think we're gonna go with they didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And they have to make a play here. I want to see them get aggressive. And
it's on Leo Grande. I don't know what prime card is he. Does he have the Centurion? He does. So he has the tank card. So, I mean, he's at 3,000 HP on a Chimera with already just building with the spiked bone plates. He did pick up the Mad Spore Sash. I talked about that the previous game. Thorn Green Weave, Swift Creek Heart. So just again that good blend of harmonious damage and damage mitigation with health at the same time, and they're just going right down the barrel, man. Long Arm of the Law is going to barely tickle him. That's because that prime card giving him an extra 1,000 health. Louis is there to zone, creating some space as Space Throw as he splits the seas of impact. Louis by himself. He's got to be careful. Not taking too much damage, but he's not getting focused. All the meanwhile, Pixel is trying to zone out for Peace Turtle. Here comes Big Boy on the Rampage. Involve is by himself. Shield Slam is going to hit Slops. Again, they always are focusing on Slops. GTFO is there. He's already very low. He needs peels. He needs something. Smash and Grab is not going to be there. There's a big black hole. Peace Turtle goes down before he is able to do much of anything. He's under a tower. Reflect's got to be careful. His first life is going to get taken out. Null and Void. They have activated the Prime card, and it's go time for Team Reborn right here. Under the tower they go, and they're cleaning them up right here. Big Boy and Involve are the only ones left over. They tried to do what they could, but that Prime card activation is just too much of a power play. Reflect, he's just going to come right back to life. Imsko's tanking the tower. He should... Oh, no! Imsko the Punisher getting punished, but still, they were able to activate that Prime card. A surprisingly even exchange. If Imsko didn't go down there, they could pick up this inhibitor. But with Imsko being dead, I don't think actually they can...
I still think they can pick up this inhibitor.
Yeah,
I would.
Well, all five are dead.
Reflect.
With the Prime card, you're right. Yeah, they're going to try. They're definitely going to try. Still, they come out by a small margin. But, well, I mean, 2 for 3 is not a small margin. They come out of that. That's the most decisive fight we've seen.
If they give this inhibitor, this is a huge power play for them.
Yeah.
Solo Nazgul, again, I don't know if you caught it or not. Solo Nazgul will wait till Pixel does his black hole, and Solo Nazgul does a bombardment directly on top of him. There's going to be a smash and grab from Louis onto Solo Nazgul. Bombardment is back off of cooldown. He's not going to hit anybody. He's trying to use it as a zoning tool. He is probably, most likely, definitely should fall here. There he goes. He is going to fall right now.
Maybe, possibly, should, 100% can't.
There we go. He's dead, boys. But every time he's used his on bombardment, it's been on Pixel, and Pixel has taken basically the full duration of that ability and has gone down every single time.
Yeah, that's Howitzer.
Great play coming out of Solo.
Yeah,
what it is.
He's. I would say, to be honest, in my opinion, Sol's the best Howitzer play in the world.
Damn.
To be perfectly honest, I think he's the best Howitzer player in the world. The dude's ridiculous at it. He always lands those knockback mines at opportune times. He's always able to manipulate, displace, and control, which is what you want to see out of a Howitzer. But at the same time, using his ultimates, utilizing it appropriately at great times. We haven't talked about it, but you've talked about it briefly. How the moment Pixel uses that black hole, he's immobile. And anytime I see a Howitzer without a Decker, I'm always a little bit like, oh, I don't know. Like, yeah, they don't have a Fae, they don't have a Decker, they don't have that big sort of ability to keep people contained inside of the ultimate. But he's not using it that way because that's not the ideal way of using it in this given situation. Adaptability is the hallmark of a great player, and that's what Solo Nazgul can do on this hero. He's adapted his playstyle from that Wombo Combo-esque sort of mindset over to a just using his ultimate strictly as a means to completely counter out Pixel on that Gideon, and it's paid off so very well in every single one of these exchanges. Just heads up from you, Notch, at noticing that and pointing that out.
Yeah, it's solid play. A lot of people are saying Apostle. Apostle may have been the best at one point, but we've seen Solo Nazgul step up and pick up this caster role, and he plays absolutely insane. We saw him during a Paragon Masters pick up a 2v1.
Apostle's it's very close between him and Apostle, no doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm gonna swing it. Solo Nazgul not only is
Solo Nazgul's here, and Apostle's not. So,
but his gadget play, oh man,
so good.
I mean, we've got, again, we tried to find the best of the best to bring out and show these guys, and I think that's what we're getting here. We're getting really good team play. Yes, these team fights are going in favor of Reborn, but Impact is not dying. You know, yes, they are dying, but they are picking up kills. They're being their counter aggression has worked most of the time. We saw that big orb prime fight. The moment the prime orb is activated, it's so hard to defend anything.
Yeah, it's a huge power spike.
But they did have a good fight there, And it just, the Prime Orb activated, and they ended up falling because of that Prime Card activation.
Leo Grande constantly on the hunt, aggressively in the jungle. God, this is what they just spam wards. There's no like rhythm to this. They're like, just drop wards all over the place. Just put them down. Doesn't matter.
They're shutting the black buff off though. There's no way like one person come over here and pick up this black buff by themselves. Like there's the vision. You're no way you're getting to this black buff. It's so they can see this rotation to this black buff, which is so important. When your Orb Prime's not activated, you pick up the black buff. An additional 150 damage per basic attack, which yes, it's a
Big
dot.
Boy has to be careful. Big Boy has to be very careful. He's by himself at the red buff. It did just spawn. But he has to expect this with the way Reborn plays. They love these sort of timings. The 6-minute interval timings with the red and black buff. He's by himself. I don't know if the rotation's coming. Doesn't look like it. Gonna pop the ultimate, but the damage that's coming out from Mayhem is so significant. He has to get himself out, so he is gonna jump away. They continue to chase, though. He's running away from his team as opposed to into it, and he's gonna get pincered. And I think they're just gonna give this one up. Yep, he's just gonna go down. That's no Rampage for a full minute. And I would say that's Impact's biggest misplay this game. Is individually the biggest misplay from Big Boy. And they're going to be pushing this lane in. I would like to see them go for maybe continue to constrict map control and take these tier 2 towers. But nay, they are feeling confident. They're feeling good. And they're going to try to push into...
I think that's going to possibly gain it.
Yeah, I don't know about this, man. It's still 4v5 under the core. They still have Involve, they still have Pixel, they still have Slops. This is very, very greedy. We're going to see if they're going to be able to play out. They're focusing down the shield slam into the GTFO, into Leo Grande, into the call. Just so much. The Black Hole is trying to do what he can. Protect Slops and keep yourself in the game. But it doesn't matter. They just blow him up. Too many ultimates. The call was just too much. Leo Grande, he's got the dot on him, though. Can he keep himself alive? He is down. Can he end this game? Reflect has the black buff. He has another life. Involve. I think this actually is going to be the game. I was questioning if that was the right decision, Josh. But who am I to question? The players of Reborn. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first finalist going into this. Congratulations to the North American powerhouse of straight out of Agora, straight into the finals is Reborn. Congratulations.